Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Kari, and today we're here with.
Hi, my name is Crystal.
And this is episode 1 of the interviews that I'll be doing with my classmates and fellow graduating class. So, this interview is basically, we want to know the insights to your whole high school experience.
Honestly, I'd say my high school experience wasn't bad, but it could have been better. For example, me personally, I mostly focused on academics, so I didn't really socialize much with anybody. So going to parties or socials or things like that I didn't do any of that. The first time I got chance was literally this year in a grade 11. I didn't do much socializing. I was just an academic beast. I didn't focus on my education. And I wouldn't say high school was bad, but it wasn't good. Because,
we're not getting into details with that one. Alright, so, question, which year you think was your best year of high school?
my best year of high school was honestly grade 8. Young, wild, and free.
Young, wild, and free.
Young, wild, and free.
So, what makes it young, wild, and free?
Because in grade 8, you would have already matriculated to,
big words, matriculated.
You'd have already progressed from grade 7, so now you're already centralized in the school. You already made your friends. You know your community. You know which teachers you like. You know which subjects you're interested in. You have already started clubs and things like that. For example, in grade 8, I was in netball and I was playing a whole bunch of sports. And I was also in performing arts and student council. So in grade 8, that's really when you start integrating into the school more.
Okay, next question. What you most enjoy about the sports and the clubs that you were in?
What I enjoyed most, alright, so for netball, what I enjoyed most was just being able to be school.
Yeah, because we didn't want to save the team at the time, and literally almost every chance we get we take it. So
Exactly.
free food, free juice, free bus ride.
And then you get to explore one of different schools.
Exactly.
And for me, performing arts, the best part about that was I just like performing. I'm a very outgoing person, and performing arts has basically been a part of my life since primary school. So that was just a fun thing for me. And student council, I really like serving people and trying to make things better. So I felt like student council was the best option for me. So yes.
Wait, my mic is giving out. So which subject? So remember, we pick a subject then from grade 9, right? So which subject you would have say you mostly enjoy, or you feel like are your passion that going forward into the future?
History and social studies.
And why?
Because I want to be a lawyer, and those subjects basically lay the foundation for you to transition into being a lawyer. And history is fun because you get to learn about basically what made you. Yeah.
I like to say from that. So, which memory would I say your best memory here at school? Like the thing, in the school, the thing where does stuff it off here, like you say. The only reason that I come back here is because of that, is it? Not say I will come back, but that's the best memory.
Hold on, give me a minute.
Alright, think about it.
Seriously, not the best memory.
No best memory? No, not one.
I would say performing.
Yeah, cause in all honesty, performing arts not great thing would be lit.
Oh wait, I have a best memory. My best memory would be prize giving in grade 11.
That 11? It's kind of boring.
It was boring, but
It was boring.
It was boring, but the fact that me get something.
No, for real, walk across the stage. I was like,
So
ooh. No, but it was still boring. But at least we get a little certificate.
Oh, not just that, but where that name again? Jamaica Day.
Oh, Jamaica Day was good. Jamaica
When
Day was good.
listen to me, one thing with when them do them little events, them come out Jamaica Day the top tier. We get every single Jamaican this year could have think about them having, and then them they have them little performing arts thing, and one bag of thing it the angle.
It is shot, man. It is shot. So, what kind of message would you give, like, the upcoming, like, youth them and my group? Like, for example, grade 10, we are going to grade 11.
My advice to all of you is to give it your very best. I know you might think that, oh, I'm going into grade 11 down, I don't have to try hard and I have to just focus on C-Sec. No, baby.
No.
It don't work like that. Give it your very best, and majority of the teachers might not be on the same page as you are, or might not be giving to you as much, but you should not let that stop you, because guess what? They might not help you, but guess what? C-Sec still a go on.
Right.
So, and try your best to study as much as possible, because what I did was that I thought C-Sec could have been easy, and I was just watching a bunch of past papers and studying a little. And I think that was my downfall. You guys should really study. C-Sec is not great.
So, moving on to the C-Sec section of this interview. When C-Sec just started, right? Very few, right?
When C-Sec started, I was a mess. I was having a ton of mental breakdowns. I was not eating, be stressed out, be tired. I was out of it.
I think that I was already to the dog. Like, legitimately, I was so stressed. Like, every day after exam, I come home and sleep. I sleep, me off sleep. I'm never gonna sleep the night before. I'm never gonna sleep the night before, so much. Obviously. Alright, which exam was the easiest?
English, social studies, history.
Which exam was the hardest?
Accounts. Girl,
And what else?
I hate anything that has to do with math, and I felt like I did better on that math exam than I did in the accounts exam.
Because I've never seen a subject built on balance sheet and trial balance, and when it comes to the exam, not one trial balance, not one balance sheet.
Let me tell you, you see C-Sec on the eve of that, because it make me sit down and you see the whole time leading up to the exam, I study every single time, and right now I could tell you how to do a company limited account on the back of my hand and I go put ratio on the exam. I did not know what a ratio was. Never know the ratio exists in an account and things to me at the exam. When the eve for that, when should do that, when it make me fail the exam.
My experience with that account exam, I did know the ratios, coming to teach them, but I don't think I applied that ratio
I
properly.
think I have to figure out more ratio.
Most of the paper, but I did most of the calculations on the paper. But you see, like the short answer question them now, one of that not answer. Not one. And I'm so glad. No, I did answer some of those questions, but not all of them. Majority of them not. And I'm so glad I went to a production the night before because it came on the paper. So, yeah, the math exam they do. Math paper 2.
Math paper 2. Say, you know, say the exam really bad when you sit down and you start counting up how much you
Like,
get.
how much math you get, bro?
Accounts and maths were hard, and I'm not a math person, and I felt like I did so much better in maths than I ever did in accounts. And that is so awful, because why would you change up the entire format of the exam when you know that we're already studying that format for the exam? I felt like they were just in a trial and error thing the entire time we were doing something.
If you realize I'm being so dead ass, we're like experimental group.
We
are the experimental group. I was so discombobulated when I opened that math exam. You know when you normally open a math exam, the first thing you see is a fraction or like standard form. time we open that paper, I not see not a fraction. Then we start skip, not see no factorization. And then come put secretarium on paper one.
Ah, that's true.
Me did understand it for this too, but why you put secretarium on paper one?
That has something to do in a paper too.
Exactly.
And then, not only that, but you see, for the math exam, where them put the secretarium, you could have do the question 2 way and get 2 different answers. I never read that. And another exam I never like was literature. Why? I'm not like, literature, it was hard. I hated that literature paper so bad. First of all, we had the 12th night. Why you got asked me about characterization? I never asked you something about dramatic irony. Let me tell you what the irony said them they love each other and the one was actually a woman and not a man. Why you never do something like that? And then for Animal Farm that was so awful. Why would you ask me about Benjamin the donkey? Come on, man. I feel like C-Separate, them just be playing our face because Animal Farm is one of the easiest books we ever did for literature, and I could write an entire essay on Animal Farm. But you asked about a background character, and in all of your past papers from before, you were never asking about that. Why would you ask about that now? Genuinely, why would you do that now?
That's why I'm saying we're experimenting. Alright. For me, the theater art, so my experience was very different from yours.
One paper.
Yeah, it's just one paper, paper one and SBAs. Right? That paper was so easy. I was sleeping in the first 20 minutes. Yeah, I think it was serious. Alright, last question in our interview. Where you think you're gonna go after graduation?
Oh, that's a very big question. So after graduation, I will be applying to a bunch of different six-month programs because I want to do CAPE. More as them have 10 subject content. But yeah, I want to do CAPE, and then after I do CAPE, I'm going to apply to UE or any other tertiary institution that will be doing law, and from there I just complete my law degree or my paralegal or associate degree, and then I will transition to the Norman Manley Law School and get certified as a lawyer. And I also want to have 2 degrees, so after I get my law degree, I plan on doing a business degree too, because I like entrepreneurship, so why not?
Okay, thank you for coming for this interview.
Bye!
Bye guys.